All right, so the next section we're going to be looking at is something called the organizational structure. And so there's different kinds of organizational structures depending on what you want to get out of your business. So the first one that we're going to talk about is a functional organization. Okay, so functional means that the function of the specific area reports into the power structure. So your production, your sales and marketing, your engineering, and your finance director all report into your CEO. Underneath production, there's everything that is related to production. Under sales and marketing, there's everything that relates to sales and marketing. So your position would be under a certain function, and you would all report into a director that is in charge of that function, and then into the CEO. So that's a functional organization. You also have something called divisional structures. So you've got a board of directors, but underneath the board of directors, there are different divisions. That could be geographic divisions. So let's say Cape Town, Gauteng, and KZN. They would all be the head of those regions, and they'd go into the board of directors. And underneath each region, there would be different functions. So production, marketing, and distribution would all go into a regional head and then into a board of directors. This could also be different products. So let's say you make bread, you make flour, and you make frozen goods. So there could be different product divisions, and reporting into the different product divisions is different functions. So that's divisional structure. Then you've got a mishmash of the two of them. So you've got a little bit of functional, you see research, human resources, and finance. But underneath that, you've also got product groups. So those are your divisional. And so underneath your product groups, there would be different functions that go to the head of those divisions. And so that would be a hybrid structure, a little bit of functional, a little bit of divisional. And then you would have something called the matrix. And the matrix is more for more modern businesses, a lot of flatter organizations where there's a lot of collaboration, a lot of people work by themselves and independently. So what you'll find there is you've got matrix managers, and then you've got functional managers, and they're all crisscross. So let's say this is websites, and this is apps, and this is infrastructure. So every manager of a different division would have access to another manager that would help them for specialized situations. So design, production, marketing, sales would all be strategizing and connecting with the different matrix managers. And so they work together. It can be kind of complex. It also becomes a little bit difficult when you don't know who I report into, who holds most authority, who makes the decisions, and when there's crisis time, which one takes priority. So that's your matrix. All right, if you want a little bit of more information, you can always click here. So if you go onto your USB or onto the notes underneath your YouTube channel, you can click on that and you'll be able to go to that website. It gives you a little bit more understanding. But you also have reference notes that are in your reference guide or in your workbook. And so look out for those. So what you're going to do now is you're going to read through strategy and organizational structure. And as I said, it is in your reference book. So in your workbook, let's take a look here. Let's go up to this point. All right, so here are your strategy and organizational structure. So make sure that you're there and then read through it. And it will tell you about the different organizations, different advantages, different strengths, different weaknesses. And you're going to need to know that because we're going to fill that in our portfolios of evidence. So make sure that you read through that. Okay, once you've done with that, you are then going to do a value test on strategy and structure. So that is your next thing that you're going to be doing is you're going to read through the organizational structure, and then you're going to do your value test on strategy and structure. Okay, so I think there are 5 questions. So go through those 5 questions, give it your best shot. I'll come back with the answers. But just get familiar with those different kinds of organizational structures.